From after we put the arm down after the stretch, we're going to come up and we're going to be in this position to do palmar compression into the side of the torso. So you have the person inhale, and on the exhale we lean in. Notice leaning in, not pushing. And you take it down. And when you come down to the last rib and right above the iliac crest, there's a space here. Okay, and to address the meridian and the subos as they pass through the space, we're going to do what's called dragon's mouth, which is this overlay of the two hands in this position. And this dragon's mouth goes right in here. So again, have it inhale, and on the exhale you lean in and you sink right in like this. And you do that a couple of times. Okay, then the meridian continues through like this. And in the hip is where we want to be concentrating now. So we're going to slide down and put my knee right against the sacrum. And we're going to try the other leg coming across and stabilizing the leg like this with this foot, so when you press down, the leg doesn't shift. Also in this position, you'll notice that my hara is right over the area where we're going to compress. The meridian comes in through the hip, and if you use these bony landmarks, which is the greater trochanter of the femur and the lateral border of the sacrum, right through here is where we're going to compress. Okay, and it just so happens that this portion of our hand, which is sort of a replication of the crescent moon, which is here, fits right into that space. And we're just going to sink in like this. Now, I usually let my fingers come right over the greater trochanter, and I use that as a center point so I know where I'm at all times. So I'm pressing right in between that border of the sacrum and in between the greater trochanter of the femur. So you want to do that a couple of times because of the thickness of the musculature here. You know, you're pressing not only through the gluteals but also in a deeper level through the 6 deep lateral rotators. After that, you're going to do a little sustained thumb pressure. Thumb over thumb is good. This makes it a little deeper, a little bit more specific. That you're leaning in on the exhale, sinking in, lingering a little bit. That then you can come and use elbow. And then you're going to continue with palmar compression right through the center of the iliotibial band to address this portion of gallbladder. And again, notice that your body posture is such that you can just lean right into it, that you're right over the area. And if you want to get a little bit more specific, you can do thumb over thumb. And then the meridian continues its downward eon descent through the lower lateral compartment of the leg, through the peroneals. So you can position the leg so that you're directly behind it, and you can use palmar compression and just allow yourself to lean right into it. And the meridian passes then in front of the lateral malleolus. And we're looking for the source point or the balancing point. And the source point for the gallbladder meridian, which happens to be number 40, gallbladder 40, is right in front of the lateral malleolus at the bottom. You'll feel a little indentation there. Try feeling that on yourselves right now. That's the source point for. Feel anything there? Yes? Yes. Okay. And then the meridian continues into the dorsal surface of the foot and right out the fourth toe. Okay? Now, after compressing down this way, we're going to compress up this leg. And we're going to start at the foot, and we're going to compress. And we're going to compress. And remember where the spleen source point was, at the base here. We want to make sure we do the source point for the spleen. We want to make sure we do the source point for the liver, which is in between the big toe and the second toe in the webbing. We want to do the source point for the kidney, which we just learned is in between the medial malleolus and the Achilles tendon. That we then want to do palmar compression up the inside or the inside of the leg. That we just apply very light compression to the inside of the knee. And then firmer compression up through the adductors to just below the groin. So we can compress in a couple of different ways with the palm of the hand. But notice my body posture, that I'm not coming at it where I'm rotated, but that I'm coming at it where I'm directly behind it so that I can come up and lean in. Okay, compressing. You can compress like this. You can compress with the arch of your foot. If you can zoom in and get that black toe. That's what happens when you do too much shiatsu. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much.
It's going to be the shot of the year.
It is. That's awesome.
Okay, you could also use your knee to some extent, depending. And if you have a bigger point of contact, you use that too. And this is in Thai massage they do this because it's called a blood stop, where they stop the blood for a while, and then when you get off of it, because of the built up pressure, it clears the channel out as it flows in.
Cool.
Nothing. What are you doing? I'm doing Thai massage. Okay, so then you want to come up, and then after you do the compression, we're going to do a stretch to end the sequence. So after we compress, we just grab a hold here, and you all come around, please. So I'm here like this, and I'm on two knees like this. So I'm going to grab a hold of the ankle, and I'm just going to come and sit down and place this chin here right in the lower back above the iliac crest. And I'm going to bring this leg back so she gets a nice stretch. Okay, Sharon? Is that as far as you want it to go? A little more? So can you inhale, please? And exhale. Nice stretch. Okay? And then to come out of that stretch, just bring the leg back, come back. Okay? Okay. Okay, that's all. Stop, please.